I guess I'll try to wait till some people get on here. Today is our black carpet reading, and I'll hold the book that I'll be reading until some people join. I'm on my laptop and on the computer at the same time, so let me see if I can be the first to join the live. Maybe. Okay. There we go. Okay, that's me on here. I hope everyone is having a great Wednesday though and enjoying the summer. The heat is almost excruciating, but it's great. And I hope everybody's getting some good reads. I just finished both of these books myself. I love to read. This is Nicholas Sparks' 2x2, which is one of his first ones he did. And I just read The Hate You Give after I watched the movie a while back. But the book is really different. So, got another viewer. Yes. Hello, hello, hello. Come on in, come on in. But, yes, these were my 2 summer reads. I'll probably pick up a third outside the fact I'm in summer school. But okay, maybe a lot of people are not joining, but that's fine. I'll go ahead and show you all. Today's read is King Midas, and it's a tale of wisdom. So, I don't know if you know what the word wisdom means, but reading this book today, we'll find out what being wise really is. So let's see. King Midas, a tale of wisdom. Illustrated by Kristen Golders, adapted by Jennifer Boudart. There once was a king named Midas who ruled a magical land of roses and sunshine. Midas was rich beyond imagination, but he was also selfish and foolish. Instead of enjoying the warm sunshine and wonderful flowers in his beautiful kingdom, King Midas spent his days locked in a room all by himself, counting his money. There was nothing that Midas would rather do than count his riches. Every day he got up at the crack of dawn and headed straight to his gold. And every night he would lie awake dreaming of how to get more. Look at King Midas, surrounded by all that gold. Could you imagine having all of that? All those riches. Or are they really riches? Let's see. King Midas had a beautiful daughter named Marigold. She was very different from her father. Marigold did not care much for gold, and she was not at all selfish. They're kind of totally different. Day after day, Marigold walked happily among the roses in the garden. It was her favorite place. She loved taking care of all the beautiful flowers and watering them so they could grow to be even taller than she was. There was nothing Marigold liked better than smelling the sweet scent of the roses and watching pretty butterflies in her garden. Marigold was sorry that her father never joined her. She wished he would leave his gold and come outside to enjoy the garden. You can see Marigold right here with her flowers of all sorts. She especially loves to smell her roses and the butterflies. Why do you think King Midas never joined Marigold? Was it because he was so busy counting all of his riches and gold? Let's see. One day, Midas was counting his gold when a stranger appeared. Look at this stranger. "How did you get in here?" asked King Midas. "Well," said the stranger, "I have some magical powers." "My, you certainly have a lot of gold." "I could always use more," said Midas. "I could give you the power to turn all all that you touch into gold," said the stranger. Midas excitedly said, "Yes, yes, I would like that very much." Could you imagine everything you touch turning to gold? Me holding this book turning to gold. Me touching this phone turning to gold. Everything you touch, I don't think I would want those powers. The stranger told Midas that after the next sunrise, anything he touched would turn to gold. I don't know. King Midas spent that night sitting by the window, waiting for the sun to rise. He was anxious to see what it would be like to have everything he touched turn to gold. When the dawn's light finally appeared, he reached to push away the curtain. The curtain turned to solid gold. Then Midas grabbed his chair, and it turned to gold too. The king ran from room to room, and everything he touched turned to gold. Tables, mirrors, candlesticks, paintings, and doors. Then Midas rushed from his castle into Marigold's garden. He knew that this was his daughter's favorite place. Midas laid his hands on a rose, and it turned from scarlet red to gold. How delighted Marigold would be, he thought. And then he turned all the roses to gold. Marigold wanted her roses and flowers in her garden to grow. If they're gold, the butterflies can't dance on them because they won't be pollinating. If they're gold, they can't grow taller than she is. They'll just be gold. So let's see. Let me show you. See? The rose is gold. That's the first of many to come. King Midas spent that night sitting by the window, waiting for the sun to... Oh, sorry. Yes. Soon the king's stomach began to rumble. Making gold had made him hungry. Midas returned to his castle and ordered a splendid breakfast. Servants brought plates piled high with fruit, bread, meats, and eggs. King Midas decided to start with the strawberry, but as soon as he touched it, the strawberry changed and turned to gold. It could not be eaten. Then he grabbed a goblet of water and raised it to his lips, but the water turned to gold too. Midas became dizzy with hunger. He wanted food, but it all turned to gold. Suddenly, Marigold came to the room. She held a single rose and was crying. Why do you feel like Marigold was crying? And here is the goblet of water and the strawberry that turned to gold. Marigold sat at the table with her father and sobbed. "Look at this poor rose," she said. "How could this have happened?" How do you think it happened? Was it because her father touched the roses in the garden and everything he touched turned to gold? I believe so. "I made it happen," answered Midas. "Don't you like it?" "My roses are ruined," exclaimed Marigold. "They do not smell sweet. They do not feel like velvet. They do not make butterflies dance. They are worthless." Even though they're gold, they're worthless. Why is that? Like all fathers, King Midas was very sad that his daughter was unhappy, and he wanted to make her feel better. Without thinking, he rushed over to her and gave her a comforting hug. If everything he touched turned to gold, what do you think happened to Marigold when King Midas gave her a hug? As soon as he did, Marigold turned to gold. Look at her. Gold. And look at King Midas, stunned that he has now turned his daughter into gold. King Midas ran from his golden daughter. He now knew his wish had been a curse, not a blessing. If only he could turn back time, then he could get his beautiful daughter back. Just then, the stranger returned and asked, "Aren't you pleased with all your gold?" "I was very foolish," said King Midas. "Save my daughter and you can have all of my gold." I do not want your gold, Midas. I just wanted to teach you a lesson. To get your daughter back, go to the river just beyond the rose garden, dive into its waters, and bring back enough water to sprinkle over all the things you have turned to gold. Then they will return to normal. Why do you think the stranger wanted to teach King Midas a lesson about having the gold and having everything he touched turn to gold? And if it was just as simple as sprinkling water, why didn't you think he told him at first? So he could change the things that he wanted to be gold and change the things that he wanted to keep the way that they were. Oh, look how sad King Midas is too. And the stranger standing there. King Midas called all of his servants, gather every pail and bucket you can find, and bring them to the river. Without another word, he ran to the river's edge and leaped into the cold, rushing water. If everything he touched turned to gold, what do you think happened to the water? The water around the king began to turn golden yellow. He watched as the golden layer fell to the bottom of the river. Quickly, King Midas filled several pails with water and returned to the castle. He went straight to the dining hall and splashed water over every golden object, including his daughter. When King Midas saw Marigold change back to her normal self, his heart filled with joy. Look how happy he is compared to how sad he was when everything around him, including Marigold, turned to gold. King Midas was very thankful to have his daughter back. Together, they went outside and changed all the gold flowers back to beautiful red roses. Midas had learned that there are much more important things in life than gold. From that day on, King Midas was happier than he had ever been before. He no longer spent his days locked away all by himself. Instead, he liked to go outdoors, where he could water the flowers and watch the butterflies dance with his most valuable treasure, Marigold. The only gold that King Midas cared for now was the gold of sunshine. Look at King Midas and his daughter. Thank you. Yes. So, what did King Midas figure out about having riches and all the gold he could have and having his daughter Marigold? Well, let's see. This book right here comes with a one to grow on. And it says, wisdom. Wisdom is learning to make the right choices. This story shows us that it is not always easy to do the wise thing. King Midas loved gold and thought the more he had, the happier he would be. A wise person knows that money or gold can't buy happiness and that simple things can be the best. In the end, King Midas grew wiser. He found out that gold did not make him happy and that the best thing in life, his daughter, flowers, and the warm sunshine are free. So, I hope everyone has enjoyed King Midas, A Tale of Wisdom. And there are some more of the great stories, and they are all called Stories to Grow On. It's about 8 or 9 of them. But this story right here is a really great story simply because it teaches us that sometimes we may give too much credit to some of the things that we think make us happy on the inside, and we shy ourselves away from the things that truly make us happy, and we don't give enough credit to the things that deserve the credit. So don't be like King Midas and praise your riches and gold, but be like Marigold and praise the things around you that are priceless and that come free from the world and that you can really cherish without having a price on it. The priceless things are the best things in the world, and a wise person knows that.